Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
We are debating. Does anyone want to talk to us about why Trump is a loser? I don't know how to say it. What? I'm just saying.
No, it's great. You're absolutely right. No, you're absolutely right. I got you.
Hi, everyone. I missed you guys. I know I haven't been live in so long. Missed everyone. We are here to talk to people who support Trump about why nothing. They said, no, we don't have enough time to go through why Trump's the loser. I do have like 87 protest signs that are hilarious, though. Like financially, morally, ethically. On my birthday, I didn't do a live, but I had like 79 reasons why Trump was a loser.
You know that paper is
Colorado suits you because you look fabulous.
Oh, thanks. It's the lighting. It's the
whatever
fabulous
it is.
lighting. Thank you so much. I know. How's Denver? It's great for hiking. It's amazing for hiking. Wait, I forget even how to tell. I need to remember how to tell, like, if someone's in the box. Sorry, I never. In TikTok Studio, it looks different, though. That's the problem. The TikTok Studio has updates all the time. Since the last time I was live in TikTok Studio, like multi-guest. Okay, here we go.
Well, as we discussed earlier, without disclosing anything, as we look to take over the world, I'm gonna have to upgrade my gear so I can be cool like you and have TikTok Studio.
Yeah, I know. I have a computer you can use when we do the camp off. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so great when someone has to die in the woods. Unfortunately. For the brand.
I guess we have to decide. We'll have to carry Matt out. What's left of Matt after the bear gets him?
He's going to be fine. Everyone tap the screen. Can everyone just invite people to this live? Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me move that. I didn't know if people were here or not. Again, we are debating people. I know I don't usually debate, but I would like to debate people. What we're talking about is why Trump's a loser, and we want anybody to talk to us, or just more specifically, why you like Trump, so we can talk to people about it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yes, please.
Exactly. Like, let's invite people to the live and let's give people a chance to defend their position. My two favorite people. That's so kind. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I will do my best to not let you down. Oh my gosh, they've even changed the way that gift looks. Oh my gosh, I didn't set a gift goal. See, that's how little I remember how to host a live. TikTok Studio looks so different. It scares me.
Is there an update?
I think someone's here. Let's see what Pete wants. Hi, Pete. Oh, wait. Or if it loads. Hey, Pete.
Hello.
Are you a Trump supporter?
I'm a Trump supporter.
Sorry. I don't know. I've been debating for 5 hours.
I know.
Today.
I'm just playing. Yes, I'm a Trump supporter.
Oh, I like
Absolutely.
your accent. What do you like about Trump?
Everything but some of his rhetoric. He could tone it down a little bit, but that's how he is, so I accept it.
Could you be maybe specific for us a little bit, Pete? Like what specifically?
Yeah, I like his stance on immigration.
Okay, what is his stance on immigration?
To actually enforce the law.
Okay, so like what law though? Like what are we talking about?
I'm talking about immigration law, to not let people take advantage of our asylum laws like they did under Joe Biden because of what he did.
How is Trump doing that? What do you mean? The reason I'm asking is because I think
he had to do. All right, okay. I don't know who you are. I came in with this young lady. Who are you?
I'm Steve. You can call me Fax.
He's just my co-host. He's cool. Yeah. Like we just want to talk about Trump. It's this is just respectful debate. It's like we're just having a conversation. Sorry, I'm just setting up a little bit. I was just opening my computer and things. So yeah, we can all just have a conversation.
Yeah, so I'm good with that.
Yeah, trying to. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, he had to do quite a bit of house cleaning when he first got in. So he wrote a number of different executive orders that showed some strength at the southern border, and it turns out that worked. The numbers went down significantly.
What does an executive order do, Pete?
An executive order help set policy in an administration for what they're trying to do without having to pass a law.
Okay, but does it though? Is an executive order like legally binding?
In a certain way, it is, but not in the sense of how a law is, like a law that got passed by Congress. I mean, I think it's funny, man. You're asking these questions. You know the answers. If you're just trying to make a point, just make your point. That's kind of a low level way to debate, to like ask little bitty questions to try to see what I know. How about you just make your point rather than just trying to ask some low level questions?
It's just level setting, Pete. It's just an understanding, just so we can.
I mean, but you can still just ask you. I mean, I know y'all get
none of it. Listen, let me just say, Pete. None of us want to take quizzes. I tend to agree with that. Let's just. I agree.
Okay.
Like, either make a line of logic, and then and someone else can then respond. I think that's fair.
Okay.
Thank you, host. Thank you, host.
So, Pete, the way I would look at it is, I've not seen any changes to immigration law, because you said immigration law, and I've not seen any changes to immigration law.
I didn't say any changes to immigration law. You're incorrect. I didn't say changes to immigration law, did I? Matter of fact, I said executive order.
Can I finish my question? Can I finish my question?
Really. Matter of fact, I said, because you misunderstood what I said, so let me clarify for you.
You don't need to clarify.
Executive order. I didn't say that he changed any kind of law at all.
You said he was enforcing the law. You said what he said was he's enforcing the law, and I wanted to know what law. What law is it that he's enforcing? That's what I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, the laws that we have based around asylum. The laws based around asylum, where people were taking advantage of it because Joe Biden allowed them to. He called for it. He what he did on his first day in office was a dog whistle, and it worked. Okay. And then he got people just crashing on in here for 4 years. Really not even 4 years. It actually toned down towards the end because of what he ended up having to do through executive order himself. The numbers went down the last, I think, 6 months of his presidency.
I guess I'm just confused a little bit, Pete, because we're talking about the law. So that's why I asked you the question about the executive order. It's like an executive order is not law. It doesn't set policy. It can set policy.
I think I know that. Law. I think you know that I know that.
Okay.
I've said it twice now.
Pete, you don't need to be condescending, man. It's okay.
Well, you're being very condescending.
Listen, let me just say something really quick, and I can just end this.
You're really not. You're really not.
Hey, we're all just friends here having a friendly conversation. Let me just say something. Like, here's the deal. No one has changed immigration law for decades and decades and decades before Trump's first. Yeah, exactly. Or even before that, immigration law has not changed.
Couple of amendments have been made. Bill Clinton, for instance, made an amendment on expedited removal.
Okay, so
I believe it was an amendment, but they passed that expedited removal.
An amendment to the Constitution? No, they didn't. I don't know what you mean by amendment.
Law,
when you say amendment,
not amendment. Amending laws. What I'm talking about, they added expedited removal under the Bill Clinton administration.
So fair enough. Let's just go with that. But I haven't read that part of that. I haven't read that amendment, so I'm not going to comment on it. But I'm just going to say, here's the deal. You're talking about asylum. No asylum laws have changed, right? These are international treaties. When someone sets foot on U.S. soil and says, "Hey, I'm in danger and I need help," they're allowed to make an asylum claim. That's legal. That's legal immigration. Whether we disagree with it or not, if we disagree, then we need to put people in Congress who will change the laws.
Yeah. But it also turns out that all you need is a strong leader in the White House, and people won't take advantage of those asylum laws. That's why the numbers are significantly down from when Joe Biden was in office.
But why though? But why do you think the numbers? So is it your belief that just because Donald Trump is in the White House that's why? Because we can look at the data, we can see that. Can I please finish, Pete? Can I please finish my statement? Thanks. So we can look at the trend line. I wasn't done asking the question though. So we can see a decline in immigration numbers, border crossings, and encounters since Joe Biden signed the executive order because Trump asked the House not to vote on the Langford bill. So we saw that.
I think I even said that a little while ago, if you were listening. Not sure if you were listening. I said that specifically.
I didn't hear you say that. I'm sorry. I must have missed it. That's what happens when you talk over.
Said that
that's what happens when you talk over people, though. Pete, but that's what happens when you talk over people. So let's try to do that.
You talk over me, so I'm a match your energy.
Well, can you guys stop doing the demeasuring? I don't care. I'm not doing that, guys.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm not doing that.
I don't care, but I just want to say something. Pete, no one's attacking you. We're all friends. I just want to say this. These are the facts.
I'm good.
Well, you seem to be getting off on executive orders. Here's the facts. During Biden's administration, the height of encounters at the southern border was December 2023, right? In June,
I would agree with that. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. The rolling 2-week average was at its height, right? It was like above 8,500, which I could make a mathematical and historical argument for why those people were there and how Republicans were responsible for it. But that's another conversation. The root causes of immigration don't seem to concern people who just hate brown people. But anyways, my point is that was the height, December 2023. Biden was leaving office in December 2024 through executive order from June 2024 to December 2024. Joe Biden used an executive order and reduced encounters at the southern border by 75%. Exactly what you're lauding Trump for. That had already happened. The southern border had already. No, these are facts. You can present any map. Yeah, that had already happened.
I'm waiting.
And then
let me talk
Trump
whenever you're done.
Well, yeah, no. So, and I swear I'm landing my plane. My plane is prior to Trump coming into office in January 2025, encounters at the southern border had already been reduced by 75% in 6 months. That's a fact through an executive order. I don't think that's real immigration management, but it happened.
Yeah, I don't dispute that. Matter of fact, I had said that the numbers went down his last 6 or 8 months because of an executive order that he wrote. But if you look at the numbers, even after, I mean, that it's very telling when people bring up a percentage. When you look at the numbers, his last month, the month prior was somewhere around, I believe it was 65,000 people that had come across. And then Trump's first month was around 7,000, which is a significant drop in immigration encounters at the southern border. Even still, what Joe Biden did,
I don't think
he
that's
was
correct.
fixing his own mess.
I don't agree with that
he
math.
Had spilt the milk. It's true. You can look it up.
Well, can you provide that source, Pete?
Absolutely.
I'm not saying,
you can look it up on DHS.
I'm not saying that's not true or not. I just want to say something else. You're saying that Trump's doing a great job terrifying people from coming into this country and more. I want to. Well, that's what you're saying. How is he doing that? By violating the Constitution? Call it
terrifying.
Okay, well, he's violating. Okay, well, he's violating due process. I also, if I was seeking asylum, and I knew that there was a chance I was going to be disappeared and sent to a concentration camp, I wouldn't come here either.
Right. Well,
so if you're saying I'm proud of a president who's denying people on U.S. soil due process, and that makes me feel good that the fundamental laws of the Constitution are being violated and that's somehow deterring people. We are in gross population decline. I can make a mathematical argument.
What is your description? What is your description of due process? Are you talking about seeing a judge?
No. Oh, no. So again, due process has nothing specifically to do with immigrants. Due process just means anyone.
I'm talking specifically about immigrants.
It does. Due process is not specific to immigration. If any
I'm not saying it is. You're
okay. Well, let me finish talking. And I'll tell you.
I haven't had a chance at all to speak. You're going on like 3 different things here.
Okay, then do you want to speak? Do you want to speak? And I'm not trying to interrupt you.
No, I'll wait on you. Go ahead, young lady.
Okay, yeah. So what I was going to say was due process, right, is just whenever people's feet are on U.S. soil, that could be people taking their kids on a travel visa to Disneyland. That could be a student attending college here. That could be a legal permanent resident here. That could be someone that married someone and is here on about to marry someone who's on a 90-day fiance visa, whatever the case is. If your feet
all
are
documented people.
Sure. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
All documented.
Wait,
you were just talking about.
Then okay. Then let me give you another
example. Everyone you just said was documented with papers.
I'm not done. You just interrupted me. So again, if someone's here undocumented, is here in this country, right? Is just here. if your feet are on U.S. soil, it sounded like you read the Constitution, so you must know.
Yeah, they have 1 year to claim asylum.
I'm not done. All persons are afforded due process on U.S. soil. Same thing as like if I go to Mexico on vacation.
I understand due process.
If I go to okay, so it's something that we afford to people in democratic countries. Like that's why when the U.S. starts issuing travel warnings, it's about denial of due process, like saying don't fly to Russia because due process is being denied, right? They're disappearing American citizens who go there. Well, that's okay. Well, we have travel warnings for American citizens currently right now because they're being denied due process.
Okay, that's reasons for travel warnings.
That's factually currently happening right now. We have a travel warning.
But there are different reasons for travel warnings.
You can disagree, but that's currently right now the travel warning. So again.
Right, but let's talk about the due process.
No, let me finish. Can I speak?
When am I ever going to be able to talk? I mean, what are you doing
Pete,
here?
I offered you to speak, and you said,
"I'll
wait for you, young lady," and I was trying to speak. Just let me land the plane, and then you can.
You're up there though. Go ahead,
Pete, go.
Lord.
I hate being up here.
She doesn't need your permission, Pete.
I do not want to be in this giant screen. Trust me. I love a small box. That's my dream. Like I envy you. So, anyways, my point is due process. If you claim to be a democratic country, it doesn't matter if you're undocumented, if you're whatever reason you're on the soil of the U.S. If someone points at you and says you committed a crime, due process means you have the right to dispute that.
Okay. Now, are you familiar with expedited removal?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that is what Donald Trump is using. That is a form of due process.
It's not though.
Hold on now. They do not get to see a judge.
I do agree. Expedited removal is due process.
I
misspoke. I just was correcting.
Bullshit are we doing
I was correcting myself and agreeing. I do agree that expedited removal is a form of due process. I was just correcting myself.
Thank you very much.
Does that apply to every case, though, Pete? Does that apply to every case, though?
Did I say it applies to every case? Facts matter.
Question. I'm asking you.
Whatever your name is.
Pete, you're the only one that's being rude. We're trying to have a conversation with you. Just stop being so rude, man.
Hold on. Let me help you real quick on a
You don't need to help me, my guy.
I do really, because instead of asking a little low-level question, you can just make your point and say, "Hey, that doesn't apply to every person." Now,
my friend, I don't need your education on debating. It's
clearly, you do.
Question.
You're ignorant as hell when it comes to debating. Very low level.
I actually don't. Just a question. I was just asking you if it applies to everybody that deported from the country.
I'm gonna learn you today.
You don't need to learn me anything, Pete. You don't need to learn me anything.
We know the answer to that. All you have to do is make your statement.
Okay.
So, like, for instance, if we're in a debate and we're on
I question your intellectual capacity, so that's why I asked you the question.
If we're in a debate, what's your highest level education?
Master's degree. Yours?
Master's plus 30. Okay. So don't question
Master's plus
anything
30?
about my intellect.
Master's plus 30 what? Master's plus 30 what? Days?
Yeah, plus 30. Do you not know what that means?